The horse is onto the track for today's 13th race. This is the final of our 3 steeplechase events. It's the $100,000 Life Solution. For fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, they'll be at 2 1/4 mile over the steeplechase course. No scratches or jockey changes. Presenting the field, number 1 is Can You Do the Twist? Arch Kingsley Jr. owns and trains. Graham Waters rides. Number 2 is Bercasa, owned by Irvin Naylor, trained by Catherine Nielsen, and Gerard Galligan rides. 3 is New Appointment. Molly Willis and Paul Willis are the owners. Kerry Bryan trains. Mel Boucher rides. 4 is Right Tempo. Potter Group USA and Ashwell Stable are the owners. Leslie Young trains. Harrison Beswick rides. Number 5, Met in Miami. Joseph Fowler Jr. owns. Kate Dalton trains. Bernard Dalton rides. Number 6 is Bourbon Diversion. Carrington Holdings LLC, the owners. Arch Kingsley Jr. trains. Thomas Garner aboard. And completing the field, number 7, Bella Kula. Mary Voss and Pete Webb are the owners. Elizabeth Voss trains. Parker Hendricks rides. Post time for today's 13th race. The Life's Illusion is coming up in about 5 minutes. Getting closer to a start as New Appointment joins the rest of the field here. The Life's Illusion, $100,000 up for grabs, 2 1/4 miles, 9 jumps over our steeplechase course here at Colonial Downs. As they are getting into position for the start of the Life's Illusion. Starter Harrison Young to send them on their way. Now ready for a start. The flag is up. And they're off. Bourbon Diversion, Thomas Garner going to head out to the early advantage. Bella Coola to her outside second. These top two sneak away by a few lengths as they head to jump number 1 of 9. And all 7 up and over well as Bella Coola and Bourbon Diversion head into that first sweeping turn. 2.5 more in front of Can You Do the Twist, who's on the outside of Bercasa, who's down at the inside. Right Tempo is back in 5th. Then comes Met in Miami, a new appointment at the back early on as they run around that first turn, and Bella Coola going to grab the lead. Bella Coola, as they head toward the back stretch for the first time, in front now by 2 to Bourbon Diversion in second. 2.5 more lengths then. Back to Can You Do the Twist in third. Bercasa stays toward the inside fourth and about 5 off the top as they're pretty well strung out here, this group of 7. Up on the front end, Bella Coola going to take him to the first of 3 backstretch jumps. This jump number 2 of 9 in the trip. And everyone up and over well as they head to the second backstretch jump. Bella Coola maintains a 2-length lead over Bourbon Diversion in second. Then comes Can You Do the Twist third. Bercasa's fourth on the inside. Right Tempo is 5th as they head to jump number 4 of the journey. And Bercasa didn't take that one particularly good. It's a little bit of a stumble there for Bercasa, who lost a spot. 53.63 the final, or the half-mile time. Definitely not the final time, as they have still a circuit and a half remaining of the course. Bella Coola and Parker Hendricks, the leaders by a length. Bourbon Diversion, Thomas Garner in second. Can You Do the Twist? Graham Waters, third, 2.5, 3 off the lead. Then comes Bercasa and Gerard Galligan. Right Tempo and Harrison Beswicker fourth on the outside. Just took over that 4th spot as Met Miami and Bernard Dalton are back in 6th. And it's 3 more back to Mel Boucher and New Appointment, 7th and last. Into the lane they come, and these 2 been up front trading punches here. On the outside, Bella Coola. Bourbon Diversion on the inside of Bourbon Diversion is now back in front. Bella Coola second as they have 5 jumps remaining in this course. These 2 homestretch jumps and then the 3 backstretch jumps, and Bella Coola now back in front. Once again, these 2 continue to trade up top. 1 circuit remaining of the Colonial Downs Outer Turf Course. Bella Coola is the leader. Over jump number 6, everyone up and over wells. They race single file now. Bella Coola in front of Bourbon Diversion. Can You Do the Twist third? Right Tempo's 4th. Bercasa 5th in the green and yellow toward the inside. It's a length more then back to Met in Miami. New Appointment has been the trailer throughout, but they've taken closer order now. Just about 6 lengths front to back as they run toward the back stretch. About 6.5 furlongs left to go in the trip. And on the front end, Bella Coola continues on. They got the mile in 1:47.60 seconds. So they work their way out of the backstretch. 3 jumps remaining, and just 6 lengths covering the batch of them, as Bella Coola is just in front of Bourbon Diversion. They have been 1-2 throughout this entire journey thus far. Right Tempo creeps a little bit closer and behind them. Can You Do the Twist? And Can You Do the Twist now up to a joint second along with Bourbon Diversion. New Appointments made a bit of a move, and just 3.5 lengths cover the group now, as the Life Solution Stakes field has 1 final jump remaining. They've still got to get to Bella Coola, who has been the leader for much of the journey. Bourbon Diversion, Can You Do the Twist now moves up into a closer spot in second. In behind horses, Bercasa's 4th. Here's New Appointment pushed along 5th on the far outside, trying to gain up towards these leaders. Right Tempo got shuffled back a little bit there on the turn, is 6th, but only 3 behind. 2 more back to Met Miami, who trails. Around that far turn, and here's Can You Do the Twist coming after the lead. Can You Do the Twist just in front. New Appointment right up alongside of that one. Battling on Bella Coola toward the inside. These 3 across the course. Just in behind them, Bercasa and Right Tempo as they turn for the money. Bella Coola and Can You Do the Twist 1-2. Right Appointment on the outside couldn't stick with them. Down to the inside, Right Tempo going to look for a seam. Bercasa in the yellow cap trying to rally on the outside. Bella Coola has to make another furlong. Right Tempo trying to come through inside of Can You Do the Twist. Bercasa has some momentum. Still several chances. Met Miami's not even without a chance. Bella Coola just in front. Down the outside, Bercasa has the momentum late. Bercasa, Right Tempo up the fence. Bercasa and Right Tempo go on. Bercasa won it. Right Tempo right there in second. Can You Do the Twist? Then came Bella Coola and Met Miami. The top 5 were only covered about 1.5 lengths at the wire. Final time there was 4:02.36 seconds. Still awaiting the judges' decisions on the photographs. Please hold all tickets. Two, 4, 1, and 7. The order of finish. 2, 4, 1, and 7. Is Percasa the winner? Results are official. 2, 4, 1, 7 official sign on the board. Do take note, we are just 38 minutes from post time for our first race. We'll have scratches and changes coming up right after the replays of this race. Again, scratches and changes will come up after the replays of the Life's Illusion Stakes. Here's Percasa to the winner's circle, an 8-year-old chestnut mare by Casamento out of Baracco. Was bred in Ireland by Old Carhu and graying bloodstock. Irvin Naylor, the winning owner. Catherine Nielsen, the winning trainer. Gerard Galligan aboard for the winning ride. Percasa victorious here in today's 13th race, the $100,000 Life's Illusion. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Friday of racing here at Colonial Downs, final Friday of the season. 10 race cards set to go here in just 27 minutes. The main track is fast, the turf is firm. Skies are mostly sunny. Temperatures expected to be right around 90 degrees at post time for today's races. If you have your programs handy, let's go over today's overweights, scratches, and changes. Do take note, today's first race is a bumper race. It's a race for horses who have raced over the jumps. It's at 2 miles, but there are no jumps. So do take note of that. It's a 2-mile event over our outer turf course. Scratch numbers 5 and 6. Numbers 5 and 6 both scratch. Scratch 5 clubbing and scratch 6 absam. Jockey change on the 13 ice bar. Make the rider Gerard Galligan. Also do take note this race will start with a flag start, similar to how the jump races start. But again, no jumps, just 2 miles and a flag start today's first race. Race number 2 will start the early pick 5. Again, the early pick 5 will start today in the second race. Scratch number 4, Talkin' Sassy. Number 4, Talkin' Sassy is scratched. With that scratch, no superfecta wagering in race number 2. Race 2, no super. Scratch the 4, Talkin' Sassy. Today's third event starts the early pick 4. It's on the main track at 7 furlongs. Scratch number 7, Colors. Number 7, Colors, is scratched out of today's third. Race number 4, scratch number 6, Slippin' Jimmy. Number 6, Slippin' Jimmy, is scratched out of race 4. Also scratch number 8, Putin Online. Scratch 6 and 8 out of today's fourth event. Today's fifth race starts the Old Dominion 6. It was hit yesterday, so no carryover. We do have jockey changes to be announced for both numbers 1 and 10. Again, Christian Geraldo and Manny Jimenez both off their mounts today. Jockey changes for numbers 1 and 10. As soon as we get those rider changes, we will pass those along. Rider changes to be announced for the 1 and 10 in race 5. Today's sixth race starts the late pick 5. Covers races 6 through 10. Jockey change on the number 1, Sweet Sensation. Make the rider Yana Vilas. Yana Vilas rides the number 1. With that rider change, corrected weight of 123 pounds, no apprentice allowance. Yana Vilas on the 1, waive the apprentice allowance. Scratch number 8, Ultimate Mission. Number 8, Ultimate Mission, is scratched. Scratch number 8 out of today's 6th. Race number 7 starts the late pick 4. Scratch number 3, Beltane. Number 3, Beltane, is out. Scratch the 3. Number 6, Fondre, is 2 pounds over, plus 2 on the number 6, Fondre, in today's 7th race. Race 8, a jockey change to be announced on the number 2, Lady Noy. Manny Jimenez off his mounts today. Scratch number 4, Jackson's Dixie. Number 4, Jackson's Dixie, is out. Scratch number 6, Triplet. Scratch the 6, Triplet. And scratch number 10, Baby Man. Again, the scratches in race 8, scratch 4, 6, and 10. Today's 9th race, take note, number 5, Double Aught Buck, is a gelding. Number 5 should be listed as a gelding in today's 9th race. Again, race 9, number 5 should be listed as a gelding. We have rider changes to be announced on both numbers 9 and 10. Both numbers 9 and 10, Chase and Chapin and Lunar Mission, we have rider changes to be announced. Today's 10th and final race, some scratches in here. Scratch number 5, Storm Trap. Scratch number 5, Storm Trap. Scratch number 9, Political Decision. Number 9, Political Decision, is out. Scratch number 10, Erlin. Number 10, Erlin, is out. Scratch the 11, Sand Dune. Scratch the 11. And scratch the 12, Selecto. Scratch 5, 9, 10, 11, and 12 out of today's 10th and final race. Those are your updated overweight scratches and changes. Reminder, those changes will be scrolling at the bottom of your television throughout the remainder of the card. And as soon as we get those rider changes, we will pass those along. Today's first race, reminder, a special event today. It's a 2-mile race. There are no jumps, but it will be a flag start. Scratch numbers 5 and 6. And reminder, the early pick 5 starts in race 2 today. So special event here in race 1. Post time is 23 minutes away. Good luck today with all of your wagers here at Colonial Downs. Fans, do take note with the warm weather today. Post parades will be shortened for much of the afternoon, generally going to be about 4 or 5 minutes. So do make your wagers early, again, to avoid being shut out. Again, we will have slightly shortened post parades this afternoon with the warm weather. A reminder, today's first race is a flat race for jumpers, so there are no jumps, but it is a 2-mile race over our turf course. And it will be a flag start as well, similar to the jump races, but again, no jumps in the first. And the early pick 5 today will start in race 2. Early pick 5 will start in race 2.
Good afternoon and welcome to the final Friday of racing here at Colonial Downs. Just 2 days left. Tomorrow, of course, the big day, the Virginia Derby, going to be our feature on tomorrow's card, but plenty of stakes action. Going to have a 10-race card today. A couple of races on the dirt, but we are fast and firm. Maybe a little bit of extra give to the turf course today with some rain overnight. It should be absolutely perfect. Rail set at 12 and 82 feet. No carryovers today. The Old Dominion Pick 6 was hit yesterday, so congratulations to those who solved that puzzle. That sequence is going to begin in race number 5 with the extra race day, but let's go ahead and start off the day here with race number 1. Really interesting race here to start out the card. This is what we would call a bumper race over in Europe where the national hunt races are run a lot. This is carded as a hunt race, and this distance is going to be 2 miles on the flat surface. Just no hurdles or fences. This is the type of race that horses usually use to springboard themselves to get ready for the hurdles or the fences. So also please be advised that this race has a flag start. No starting gate involved. Also going to be the final career ride for jockey Ross Garrity here in this race. He's on board the one Hold Hard, winner of over 200 jumps races and multiple champion steeplechase jockey. When this race crosses the finish line, he's going to be ready for retirement. Scratch the 5 and the 6 and the 13 Ice Bar will be ridden by Gerard Galligan. My top selection is going to be the 2 that is POTUS up there at 5-1. Distance not going to be a problem for any of these runners today. Even going the 2 miles, most have already been at this distance already over the hurdles or on the flat itself. himself. This horse has had success in the past over the jumps, but similar distance as well on the flat back at the beginning of his career. Second start today off the layoff was over the hurdles last out here at Colonial, so getting a little bit of a breather with that cut back and trip and also taking the jumps out. 20% between Bargery and the Jack Fisher barn. Large sample size too from a barn that does well here at Colonial. Bargery back on this horse after previously being on board, so going to be my top choice up there at 5-1. Then to the 8th, that is I Am Fortuna, Irish bred. Broke the maiden here at first asking a couple of years ago in a similar distance. That was the bumper at Thurles, and won that race by 12 lengths, but still maiden over the jump. Second start today in the United States. Exits one of the top national hunt barns in the world, and Gordon Elliott had this race run at he's been running at some of the top meetings within the past couple years. So I think this horse has had some promise in his career. Last race here going 2 1/4 mile over the hurdles. Just kind of faded back, but should be more comfortable today over the flat. I think has a big chance up there at 9-1. Then going to talk about the 3 up there at 17-1. That is just another one. Interesting here to see Gavin Ashton carrying the higher weight to ride this horse, 148 pounds, flat jockey, but very experienced with the National Hunt Circus, being a native of the UK. This horse is also coming in from the UK, has the form at the distance, and he had the form in his previous barn, only making the second career start here in America. Still a maiden, but has had nice tries at similar distance in the past against much tougher company and much tougher tracks. Currently up there at 17-1. Then to the 12th, 11-1, that is Tiger to Remember. Has had a couple of tries here at Colonial, both over the jumps and on the flat, has a second doing each. Last out race over the hurdles, ran well to finish second, showed some tactical ability, but is cutting back 1/4 mile today. Thought this one had a chance to be potentially the controlling speed in here, and he looks really good in the paddock. He's on his toes, well muscled out, but definitely not getting too hot. We are having some warmer temperatures again here today with these shortened post times coming into play, but I think this horse has a chance to at least hang on for a slice of it. He likes the surface, and I think is a must include here at 12-1. This is going to start the beginning of the late pick 3. I believe the early pick 3. The early pick 5 will begin coming up in race number 2. So early pick 3 going to start here in race number 1, 2 miles. Coming up on the turf, you have 6 minutes. Good luck.
Horses onto the track for today's first race, first of 10 here on a Friday. This race an allowance event at 2 miles. 4-year-olds and upward. This is a flat race for jumpers at the meet. Do take note it does have a flag start, so we will not be using the starting gate here, a flag start, but there are no jumps in this course. A field of 12, scratch numbers 5 and 6. Numbers 5 and 6 are scratched. Jockey change on the number 13 Ice Bar, make the runner Gerard Galligan. Race number 1 offers exacta, trifecta, superfecta, daily double, and pick 3 wagering. Post time is just 4 minutes away. 4 minutes to post time. 2 minutes to post time. Today's first race, 2 minutes away, 2 minutes to post. Horses getting ready for today's 2-mile first race. Starter Harrison Young with the flag in hand as the 12 runners will go just over 2 full laps of the inner turf course. Lining up now. Flag is up. And the chase is on. Parketry showing good early speed. POTUS is right there in the red cap, and down on the inside, Hold Hard was out quickly. Those 3 by the wire the first time around. Of course, still 2 circuits remaining. And behind that, in the pink colors, comes Ancient Times, who's out in 4th. Down to that one's inside, just another one is 5th. Tiger to Remember, 6th in the early going. Cutting the corner, Mr. Connecticut toward the inside is a joint 7th, along with I Am Fortunata. It's a length and a half more then, back to Riptide Rock, who's back 4th last. Flying Scotsman's outside of that one in 10th. It's a length and a half more than back to Bellarmine Hall in 11th. And Ice Bar is at the back, 12th and last. And the 12 of them only covered by about 8 lengths as they work their way down the back stretch. On the front end, it's Hold Hard just in front. POTUS and to the outside, Parketry. Those 3 right across the course. That trio a length and a half in front of Ancient Times. Just another one stays down toward the inside is 5th. It's another length and a half then. Back to I Am Fortunata. Outside of that one, Tiger to Remember, a tugging pull on that number 12 horse there. Down on the inside, Mr. Connecticut. After that comes Flying Scotsman, Riptide Rock. The 2 at the back are Bellarmine Hall and still Ice Bar. So they work into the second of 4 turns here in this 2-mile extravaganza and Hold Hard. Ross Garrity, in the final ride of his career, has the lead by a neck. On the outside, Parketry is second. It's a length more then. Back to POTUS in 3rd. In the pink colors, there's Ancient Times, who's 4th as they shift into the stretch. Only 2.5, 3 off the early lead. Then comes just another one. Tiger to Remember up on the outside now comes into 5th. I'm Fortunata's after that. Mr. Connecticut bottled up toward the inside. Ice Bar starts to make a touch of ground to the outside with Bellarmine Hall. They were second to last and last. And right now Bellarmine Hall making a big move. Was 11th, is all the way up to 3rd. And Bellarmine Hall is going to go all the way up to challenge for the lead. Bellarmine Hall pokes a nose in front with 1 circuit remaining. Hold Hard now back to 2nd. Parketry is 3rd. A length off the new leader up front. Length and a half more back to Ancient Times, who's traveled pretty well for Taylor Kingsley in that 4th position. Down on the inside, POTUS is 5th. A length and a half after that to Tiger to Remember, who's in the 6th position. Flying Scotsman's out wide in 7th. Just Another One in the red cap, red sleeves is back in 8th. A length more than back to I Am Fortunata. Ice Bar is still toward the back along with Mr. Connecticut and Riptide Rock, but the 12 of them only separated by 5.5, 6 lengths as they work their way down the back stretch. They have just over a half mile left to go. Ancient Times up to grab the lead. It's Ancient Times in front. Flying Scotsman made that big backstretch move. Here's a move toward the inside for Parketry. Tiger to Remember, 4 of them right across the course as they sprint for home now. 3.5 furlongs left remaining. Parketry on the inside. 2 deep for Ancient Times. 3 deep Tiger to Remember. 4 deep Flying Scotsman as Ancient Times now drops back 4th. Then comes Just Another One. In behind that, I Am Fortunata trying to get going. But these top 3 have separated themselves. Tiger to Remember on the outside. Parketry toward the fence. Between horses there is Flying Scotsman, who's back in 3rd as they have just over a quarter mile left to go. To the top of the stretch they come. Parketry on the inside, just in front of Tiger to Remember. Flying Scotsman down the outside is 3rd. Riptide Rock in the orange and brown colors starting to roll. Just Another One had to tap on the brakes there. Final furlong time now. Here comes Riptide Rock with some big momentum. Graham Waters and Riptide Rock quickly go to the front. Parketry is back to 2nd. 3 more back to Just Another One, who shakes loose, has a chance to get up for 2nd, but no shot for 1st. Riptide Rock and Graham Waters to win it. 2nd ended up very close. Ooh, it is a photo there. Just Another One in Parketry. Another photo for 4th between Tiger to Remember and POTUS. $11 in a photo. Please hold all tickets. Second was number 3, Just Another One. 3rd, number 10, Parketry. 4th, number 2, POTUS. 11, 3, 10, and 2. Please hold all tickets till results can be posted as official. We'll get you the correct final time here shortly. It's official. 11, 3, 10, and 2 official sign on the board. Riptide Rock, your official winner of race 1. $740 on the win. The exacta $69.30. Trifecta $257.50. 10-cent super $432.88. Riptide Rock to the winner's circle. 5-year-old Chestnut Gelding by point of entry out of Irish Influence was bred in Ontario by Adina Springs. Mrs. S.K. Johnston Jr. is the winning owner. Neil Morris the winning trainer. Graham Waters aboard for the winning ride. As Riptide Rock victorious here in today's first. Race number 2 is coming up next in 20 minutes at 2 p.m. sharp. It's a maiden special weight event for 2-year-old fillies. They'll be at 6 furlongs over the main track. The main track is fast. Scratch number 4, Talkin' Sassy. Number 4 is Scratch. We start that early pick 5 in today's second race. No superfecta wagering. Post time for the second, 20 minutes. Attention race fans, we do have these rider changes to be announced for today's card. First up, a weight correction in today's third race. In race 3, take note number 6, I'm a Good Fella, should be plus 2 pounds. Plus 2 on the number 6, I'm a Good Fella in today's third. Now to the rider changes, those to be announced. Race 5, number 1, Right to Refuse, will now be ridden by Colby Hernandez. Colby Hernandez will ride number 1, Right to Refuse, in today's 5th. Number 10, Special Cap in race 5 will now be ridden by Jose Riquelme. So race 5, number 1, Right to Refuse, Colby Hernandez. Number 10, Special Cap, Jose Riquelme. Race number 8, number 2, Lady Noy, will now be ridden by Urbardo Cacique. Urbardo Cacique rides number 2, Lady Noy, in today's 8th race. Race 8, number 2, make the rider Urbardo Cacique. And then we have 3 rider changes in today's 9th race. Number 9, Chasin' Chapin, is Urbardo Cacique. Urbardo Cacique rides number 9, Chasin' Chapin. Number 10, Lunar Mission, will now be ridden by Jose Riquelme. Jose Riquelme rides number 10, Lunar Mission. Jose Riquelme on the 10 in race 9. And number 12, Rambunctious Ride, will now be ridden by Kyman McGregor. Kyman McGregor rides number 12, Rambunctious Ride. Kyman McGregor on the 12 in race 9. You are now up to date on the rider changes. Post time for the second start of the early pick 5 in 9 minutes.
Interesting start to the day there with that race. I thought it went well. It was really exciting, had a good finish, but Riptide Rock, your 5-2 favorite, is the winner. Graham Waters aboard for the Neil Morris barn. Race number 2 coming up, significantly different race. This one's going to be ran on the dirt around one turn, and it's for the Juvenile Fillies Compact Group here, but I thought there was a couple that really had a chance in here to get the win today. Scratch the 4. I'm going to be on your current 4-5 favorite, that is Betsy Licious. Debuting daughter of Omaha Beach, she was 3-2 on the morning line. She is currently even money at the moment, and I'm a big fan of the Omaha Beach runners so far. They seemingly can run on everything, dirt, turf, long, short, doesn't seem to matter. He's been off to an excellent start at stud. Female side for this one is pretty good too. The second foal to race out of Misbehavior, multiple graded stakes winner on the dirt. She was a top sprinter back in her day, and her other foal to race is a winner. Gerardo Choa's barn has won a couple this meet, and this barn is capable of winning with first-time starters and juveniles, and this horse is bred to be precocious, so obviously gave me a little bit of extra hope there, but solid work pattern coming into debut over the surface that she's been working over. Short price for a first-time starter, but she looks ready to go today. Certainly looks well in the flesh as well. She's a pretty big filly. Not heavy-wise, I would say, but she's a pretty long, lean type of a runner, but heavy on Toledo aboard. Doesn't ride all that often for this barn, but has had a lot of success in the dirt races this meet. So I'm going to be on the 2 that is Betsy Licious. Then want to mention the horse that was a little bit, I believe, potentially the favorite on the morning line. I can't remember which one was favored, but this one currently the second choice, and I think they maybe have a chance to flip a little bit as we get closer to post time. That's Luanna, the 6. She's had a few chances, but is coming out of good races. She ran well on debut at Churchill Downs. The race 2 back that was on the turf, I think is going to be one of the most important maiden race for the fillies this year, but slight cutback in distance today. I think that's a big positive. The 7 furlongs was a little too far, and the 6 furlongs looks about perfect today. So I prefer this horse running over the dirt, and probably the only one that it can challenge the 2 that I've already mentioned. So looks, we'll say maybe a 2 or a 3 horse race here, but the 6, Luanna, going to be my second selection up there at 3-2. Then the 1, Pola of Trouble, 6-1. I want to mention that one. Not in love with the switch to the dirt for her, but the Cascallaras barn has had solid numbers, changing surfaces, and have popped a couple of times this meet in doing so. Did show some tactical speed at first asking. She faded a little bit late, but did have a good run at 45-1 on debut. May come across a little bit of an easier group here to run her race and get some of that underneath money up there at 6-1. Then to the 5, that is Tins, your longest price on the board. Stablemate to the 2, who I do really like in this race. This one not bred quite as precocious or as well for the main track, but does have similar works. Villalobos riding a tad more for this barn versus Toledo, a rider that does well with prices. So one to maybe watch out for in those minor spots, especially if these two could make up the exacta. Daughter of Get Stormy, better suited for the turf, but they can also run on dirt, and it's a bonus that is around one turn here because he's more of a type of a quick sprint sire mile, I would say. But Jason going to be the start of the early pick 5. That was a pretty cool race in the opener, but a significantly different one here.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was unique, and yeah, I'm all for card diversity. I like switching it up a little bit once in a while. I wanted to give a mention to the one horse you didn't talk about, Mas Victoria, just because we've seen these Carlos Munoz runners generally come out pretty quickly out of the gate, and speed on the dirt is always a weapon, especially maybe in a little bit lower level race. I know it's an open maiden special weight, but it's a small-ish field, and so just kind of curious if this one can end up getting to the lead. You know, the ones that have run, the rail horse showed a little bit of speed, but Luana really hasn't, and so. And the Ochoa barn is not necessarily known for crushing with firsters. They're profitable because they've had some big long shots, but not huge percentage-wise. So I might try to beat the other one.
Yeah, this is a race where you could potentially get creative and try to go against the 2 or the 6. You have a couple options in here. This is going to be the start of the early pick 5. You have 4 minutes until the second. Good luck.
Onto the track for today's second race. We start the early pick 5 here. Field of 5 at 6 furlongs over the fast main track. Scratch number 4, Talk, and Sassy number 4 is scratched. Do take note, no superfecta wagering here with the scratch, so we have exacta trifecta. Daily double pick 3 and early pick 5 wagering. It's a maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies. They'll be at the post in just 4 minutes. Again, shortened post parades today with the warm temperatures. 2 minutes to post time. Two minutes to post time. Today's second race, 2 minutes away. Reminder, this race does start the 12% takeout early pick 5. That pool about to jump over 20,000. It'll continue to grow in these final couple minutes. 2 minutes to post. Approaching the gate, just 1 minute to post time, 1 minute. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's second. Field of 5 here at 6 furlongs. Full of Trouble. Jose Alonso going to be the first to move in right now at 6-1. One of two with experience in here. The other, the number 6, Luana. Right now, even money on both numbers 2 and 6. First-time starter Betsy Licious, who is one of two for GOP Racing. Betsy Licious has the orange cap. Stablemate Tins has the white cap. So that's how we'll tell them apart. Betsy Licious backs away. Betsy Licious still not quite in. Still at even money. In fact, there's about $150 separating numbers 2 and 6 in the win pool. Mas Victoria for Carlos Munoz. Roberto Cacique on board. Goes up to gate 3. Right now a bit of a price at 9-1. Stablemate of Betsy Licious Tins is 30-1. Both first-time starters for the Ochoa barn. Luana, Gavin Ashton to the outside, just about set for a start. Today's second, the early pick 5 getting underway. Good luck to all those pick 5 players. Luana going in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Good start toward the inside. Pull of Trouble showing good early speed. From the outside, Luana, and Betsy Licious is right there between them, and Betsy Licious going to go up to poke a nose in front of Pole of Trouble. Luana going to stay to the outside in third. It's 2.5, 3 more then. Back to Mas Victoria, who makes up a touch of ground toward the inside. Tins is at the back early on as Betsy Licious and Pole of Trouble lead them. They have just over a half mile left to go. Betsy Licious, Pole of Trouble pretty much on level terms. Luana just waiting in the wings back third, a length and a half off the top two. Mas Victoria being pushed along down toward the inside, has a seam, and here's Mas Victoria trying to come through. So 4 of them pretty much across the track here as they work past the 5/16 pole. Betsy Licious 3 deep is in front. Mas Victoria, Pole of Trouble to the inside. Luana's just in behind, 2 lengths behind the leader, who's Betsy Licious to the top of the stretch. Betsy Licious and heavy on Toledo, a length and a half to the good of Luana in second. Mas Victoria stalled out there, as did Pole of Trouble, but a final furlong left to go. And heavy on Toledo just took a look over his shoulder. He sees about a 3-length advantage. Luana is a clear second, 4 more lengths then back to Pole of Trouble. But Betsy Licious on debut, 2 lengths in front. Luana trying to close up the inside. Betsy Licious looking for the wire, is going to find it. Luana was second, third went to Pole of Trouble, fourth Mas Victoria. Two, 6, 1, and 3. Final time 1:10 or 1:10.88. 1:10.88 seconds. $4 on the win. The exacta 2 and 6, $2.60. Trifecta $5.10. Daily double $14.30. Here's Betsy Licious to the winner's circle. 2-year-old dark Bear Brown filly by Omaha Beach out of Misbehavior. Bred in Kentucky by Mike Pietrangelo. GOP Racing Stables, the winning owners. Gerardo Ochoa, the winning trainer. Heavy on Toledo aboard for the winning ride, as Betsy Licious victorious here in today's second. Today's third race is coming up next in just 23 minutes, right at 2:30. Scratch number 7, Colors. Number 7, Colors is out. Number 6, I'm a Good Fella is 2 pounds over, +2 on the 6. A field of 6 at 7 furlongs over the main track. Start the early pick 4 in 23 minutes. Fans, don't forget tomorrow is our Virginia Derby Day. The New Kent County Virginia Derby headlines a big 11-race card. Some of the top barns and riders from around the country are going to be competing for big purses tomorrow, including that feature, the Grade 3 $500,000 Virginia Derby. First post at 1:30 tomorrow. Join us for our final day of the season tomorrow, New Kent County Virginia Derby Day. Fans, don't forget to check out the Secretariat Foundation merchandise tent located over by the paddock. You can buy official Secretariat merchandise. Again, our friends with the Secretariat Foundation have a merchandise tent set up over by the paddock. They'll be here today and tomorrow, so you can get your Secretariat gear while you're here in Virginia.
Betsy Licious gets the win on debut in race number 2. Nice looking filly there for the Ochoa barn, and another win for Heavy on Toledo. Race number 3 coming up, going to be our final race of the dirt here. Going to be on the turf for the rest of the 7 races. This one for the older horses and another compact group. There was a heavy favorite on the morning line. That horse, the one, is currently 7-2, but I'm going to try to beat this horse anyway. Scratch the 7. The 2 Kittens Clown is going to be my top choice up there at 3-1. Comes out of a last out effort here at Colonial at this distance and ran huge. Missed by just a length at 67-1. Jockey actually lost the whip in the stretch, but the margin was so close. I have maybe reason to believe that this horse could have won or at least been second if he had that extra encouragement, and almost scored at what it would have been I think our largest price upset so far of the meet. But clearly back at the same level today, and certainly it's not going to be 67-1. Also back at the same distance, but took to the surface so well. So I'm going to take on some of the other horses in here with this horse. He actually ran career best numbers and figures in that race, so he's right where he needs to be. Is Mirio Villalobos regaining the mount, was with him 2 back and had a good meet here so far with the Monica Magoe barn. Addition of blinkers 2 races back seems to have really helped this horse out quite a bit, and put it all together, I think he's going to have another good showing today to potentially get the win up there at 3-1. Then to the one that is Spurs Up, that was your morning line favorite, currently 3-1, has floated up a little bit. We'll see if he comes back down, but intriguing dropping in class, but at a short price, still numbers and figures. I think this is what everybody else has seen, don't exactly stand out versus this group. He's faced solid competition, did improve as well with blinkers when they went on, but is running for a new barn and is also coming in off the shelf. Respect the form he brings in, just kind of prefer to others that shouldn't be as short on the form and have more recent ones, especially here at the meet. So going to be a little lukewarm on the one up there at 3-1. Then to the 4, that is Davina's Connection, 6-1. Solid breaking the maiden last out at Charlestown. Did take a while to do so, but it comes across the group and he won by 8 lengths. Was the first time this year that he had dropped in 4 maiden tags, so faces winners today for the first time, and I think he's good enough in this race. Certainly looks like he's going to step up just fine to the 7 for long distance. Does have that fitness edge coming in from Charlestown with that deep surface, and looks like he should be a little bit closer to the pace as he was last out too, so gave him a look up there at 6-1. Then to the 5, that is Over the Border, takes on winners in this race for the first time too. He broke the maiden here at Colonial last out in a maiden 10, so big step up today against these horses. That was 6.5 furlongs though, so he's getting going late in some of his races, so I do think the step up to the 7 furlongs today is very optimal and potentially could be this horse's best trip moving forward. Leading rider Antonio Gallardo going to opt to stay on this horse, and heading into today, Antonio has a 9-win lead on our rider title. It's going to be decided tomorrow, so good. He's in a pretty good spot, I would say, but we'll see. Still have a few races left to go, but this is going to be the start of the early pick 4 coming up here in race number 3. 6 minutes to go, last race of the dirt on the dirt for the day. Good luck.
Onto the track for today's 3rd race. We start the early pick 4 here. Field of 6 set to go 7 furlongs over the fast main track. Scratch number 7, Colors. Number 7, Colors is scratched. Jockey overweight number 6, I'm a Good Fellow, is 2 pounds over, plus 2 on the 6. Race 3 offers exact the trifecta superfecta daily double. Pick 3, and we start that early pick 4 post time at just 4 minutes. Reminder, we will have short and post parades today with the warm weather in the area, so do take that into account. Post time is 4 minutes away. Two minutes to post time, 2 minutes. And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's thirds. We start the early pick 4. Field of 6 here at 7 furlongs over the fast main track. I believe the final main track race of the afternoon. 6 of them here to go, the 7/8. Here's Kitten's Clown moving forward. My Mamba. Michael Sanchez to gate 3 right now at 5-2. One of 3 horses at 5-2. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 are all 5-2 right now. 3-1 on the 5 over the border. So 4 of the 5 there just separated by half a point. Venus Connection going in. Just waiting on over the border, and I'm a good fellow. Will be all set for his start. Today's third. The early pick 4 here on a Friday. I'm a good fella. Cayman McGregor to the outside. Goes in. They're in the gate. And the race is on. Spurs up from the inside. Kitten's Clown is forwardly placed. Those two 1-2 as I'm a good fella from the outside. And My Mamba coming up to join the front ranks as well. But it's Kitten's Clown and Spurs up, the 2 inside runners quickest. My Mamba just a neck back in third. On the outside, I'm a good fella is fourth. Break of a length and a half more back to Venus Connection over the border. Those 2 are at the back, but the 6 of them only covered by 3.5 or 4. As up front, Spurs up, Kitten's Clown. Those 2 continue to do battle past the 4.5 furlong marker. They're a length and a half in front of My Mamba, who's back in third. 23-3 for the opening quarter mile. It's been a contested one here. Kitten's Clown, and on the inside, Spurs up. Those 2 still just separated by a nose. They're 2 lengths ahead now of My Mamba, who's back in third. Venus Connection toward the inside. I'm a good fella. And over the border being pushed along at the back, but is still about 5 lengths behind and last. As they come by the 5/16 pole, Kitten's Clown, Spurs up. My Mamba now joining them on the outside. And these 3 fan across the track as they come into lane. And My Mamba has the momentum. My Mamba on the outside swings into action and goes to the front. Kitten's Clown back to second. Spurs up third toward the inside. Venus Connection starting to rally. But it's My Mamba and Michael Sanchez who head for home. My Mamba by the 8th pole in front 2.5. Venus Connection trying to run up into second with Kitten's Clown. They're battling out second. Third, Spurs up, still pitching away toward the inside. But inside the final 16th, it's My Mamba. My Mamba in front to win it at 8-5. Won it by 2.5 in the end. Second, third, and fourth were all very close. I think a Kitten's Clown in between grabbed second. Third is going to be a photo between the 1 and the 4. Three, 2, 4, and 1. Final time 122.92. Three, 2, 4, and 1. Results official 5.20 on the win. The exacta $7.80. Trifecta $18.65. Superfecta $8.16. A daily double $7. My Mamba into the winner's circle. 3-year-old Grey Roan gelding by Kobe's Back out of My Marigold. Bred in Maryland by Lawrence Stables and James Lawrence. Lawrence Stable, the winning owners. James Lawrence, the winning trainer. Michael Sanchez, board for the winning ride. My Mamba, victorious here as your slight favorite in race 3. Today's 4th race is up next in 24 minutes. Scratch numbers 6 and 8. Numbers 6 and 8 are scratched. Field of 8 remain in. Be at 5.5 furlongs over the outer turf course. The outer turf is firm. Post time for today's fourth in 24 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to join us for our tradition here at Colonial Downs, the playing of the national anthem after the third race. So if you would, please rise, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.